Hello champs, in this video I'm talking about the new topic of the core Java playlist, that is what is the meaning of interface, how we are able to use the interface in our program, what is the use of interface in coding point of view. Not only the theoretical topic of the interface are covered in this video, but also after covering the theory of this topic, then start the practically how we are actually practically implement the concept of interface. So all information about interface are covered in this video, so let's start the video. Now talking about the concept of interface. What is the meaning of interface? So if you listen the word interface, whatever comes in your mind, whatever clicking in your mind are right, okay? Because when first time I listen the word interface in Java, then same things are comes in your mind, like any types of user interface that are provided by the Java, we are able to use that, okay? So before talking about this type feature are into Java, I'm talking about the user interface in provided by the mobile application. Mobile application, whatever they are provide us, by using this application provide us a user interface. By using this user interface, we are able to use the feature of the application, okay? For example, when I'm talking about the WhatsApp application or YouTube application, so these are two applications, WhatsApp and YouTube. Both the application provide a different user interface, and these user interface, by using this user interface or by using WhatsApp user interface, we are able to use the feature of the application. What I'm saying, user interface are provide us two way. By using this user interface, we are able to use the feature by use of the application. For example, WhatsApp application, when I'm talking about the WhatsApp application, so WhatsApp application provide us a different type of icons, logo. By using that icons, we are able to perform the operation or use the feature of that application, okay? But question is, are you able to see the coding of that coding of this application? Are you anyone are see the what is the coding of that application of WhatsApp application or YouTube application? Are you any times and see what is the coding, what is the language, programming language I used during creation of that application? No, you are not able to see the implementation of that method, that feature that we are using. We just use the feature, but we can't able to see the implementation. So means user interface provide us type of a abstraction, means abstraction are provided by the user interface. So same concept are comes into the Java, but little bit different, because I'm talking about the interface in coding point of view, not about the mobile application, okay? So let's start the video. Now when we're talking about the user interface, not user, simple interface in Java. So interface is looks like abstract class. What I'm saying, interface is looks like abstract class, but it's a little bit different between interface and the abstract class, because interface is not a class, interface is a interface. There is a keyword that are provided by the Java, that is interface. By using interface keyword, we are able to create interface, and then the writing the interface name, then curly braces, and then the coding. Now sir, what is the things are contained by the interface? So interface contains two things. First one is properties or a field. Second thing is methods. These interface are not contain the whole implemented method. This interface only contain the variable, means reference variable, means what I'm saying, member variable. Second thing that are contained by the interface is method. The method declaration part only, okay? What I'm saying, only method declaration part are contained by the interface. Means if I want to create any interface, so that interface in which I am only able to create the variable, and second thing is only we are only able to create the method declaration. Means this method are ends with a semicolon, not with the curly braces. Implementation of these method are depend on any other things. Whatever that thing I am talking about the latter. First of all, the member variable that are contained by the interface is by default public, final, and static. What is the meaning of static? What is the meaning of final? What is the meaning of public? You know that, okay? For quick revision, public by using public keyword means this variable is public we are able to use outside the class or any other package also. Anywhere we are able to use this member variable. Final means after assign the first time value, or after first time initialization we are can't able to change the value of that variable. Third, that is known as a static, means member variable that are contained by the interface is static. Static means this reference variable does not depend on the particular object. This variable is completely depend on the whole class. Okay, so this is the property of that are by default property of a member variable. Now second thing is that is known as a that is known as a method. What is a method? So method declaration part only here. So that are the method that are present into the interface are by default public and abstract. Why abstract? Without writing the abstract keywords, this method are abstract because we are not writing the implementation of that method. We just write the declaration part of that method, and we can't write the public keyword also. We are not going to write the public keyword. By default, this method is public as well as the abstract. So this is the concept. These are the things are contained by the interface. Now question is sir, how we are able to use the interface? So I am telling you, interface looks like abstract class. So like in abstract class, what is the feature? Feature is we are not able to create the object of abstract class. So same here, we are not able to create the object of interface. Just we are able to create the reference variable of that interface. If any class want to implement that interface, okay, like abstract class, what is that? What is happening there? If any class that want to use the feature or a common feature of a abstract class, so that they have to create the child class of that class. Same here, we are not creating the any child class because interface is not a class. Interface is interface. So Java provide us a keyword that is known as the implements keyword. So by using implements keyword, we are able to implement the interface. What is the meaning of implementation? Okay, what is the meaning of implementation? So implementation means whatever method are contained by the interface. Okay, whatever method are contained by the interface are implemented into the class, which class implement that interface. Okay, means I am creating a simple interface in which I am creating some member variable, and then I am creating two method, fun1, fun2, two method declared into the interface. Now a class I am creating, in that class I want to implement this interface. I want to implement this interface. So for that interface, what I have to do, I have to implement this method, means any classes that implement the interface. So that class responsibility to implement all the method that are declared into the interface into that class. If that class did not implement at least one method, so that class become the abstract class. Same concept looks like abstract class, but little bit different because I am talking about the interface, not about the class. Okay, so any class which want to implement the interface, so that class responsibility is to implement all the methods that are declared into the interface into his body. If that class is not declared or not implement at least one method, so by default this class becomes the abstract class. Okay, so this information about the interface. Now question is what is the use of this interface? How you are telling that user defined things like looks like mobile, and the same here, how we are able to relate that? So for example, you are going to create any class, you are a new programmer in the project. Okay, now your manager said, please someone create a class and write some types of line, some types of code. So newly you are new employee in the organization, so you did not know what types of method, what types of member variable you have to create during creation of that class. So they are provide interface. Okay, they are provide interface. Yes, by using this interface you are able to create a class. So interface helps to user or a developer by using that interface. Interface contain what? Member variable. What is the necessary member variable? What is the necessary member method? The declaration or part comes into the interface. If anybody provide us the interface, yes, this is interface. By using this interface you have to create the class. I am simply implement that interface and all the methods, all the member variable. I know the what is the naming of that method, what types of method I have to create. All information are contained by the user interface. Okay, and I have to just implement according to our requirement. So this is the huge use of a interface. Now, how interface is used for abstraction? By using interface, what you are able to see. By using interface, we are only able to see what is the name of the variable that are contained by this interface, what types of operation, what types of method contained by this interface. We are only able to see. We are not able to see the implementation of this method, because the implementation part comes into the class, which class that implement that interface. Okay, so you have to understand that. So how this interface is completely correlated to that interface, user interface. Okay, so this is all information about the interface. Let's see how the actually, this is the all information about the coding point. This is not a coding point of view. This is all information about the theoretical point of view. Okay, now I'm talking about the coding point of view, how we are able to create the coding point of view. Before talking about the coding, I want to talk about very important things that are provided by the Java in interface. That is what? That is known as a multiple inheritance. Okay, looks like we are able to extend by using extend keyword. We are able to create the child class of a class. Same here, by using the extends keyword, we are able to create the sub interface of a super interface, or a upper interface, or a parents interface. We are able to create the child interface. So Java provide us the 4 types of inheritance, but Java did not provide us the multiple inheritance in Java. Means we are not able to apply the multiple inheritance in class. What is the meaning of multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance means a class which have multiple parents. A child class which have a multiple parent, means a subclass that have a 4 parents, 4 super class. We are not able to do that in terms of class. But question is, when I talking about the concept of interface, at that moment of time we are able to do that. How we are able to do? We are just creating a interface I1, I2, I3. Now I creating the interface I4, and I want to extend all 3, means I1, I2, I3. I want that they are become our father, or a parent, not a father, means parents class, or a super class. So I just write interface I4, and then using extends keyword, then writing I1, I2, I3. So I4 is a child class, and I1, I2, I3 become the parents interface of I4 interface. Means multiple inheritance are possible in terms of interface, not in terms of class in Java. Okay, so this all information about the interface. Let's see the coding, how we are actually implement the interface into the coding point of view. So thank you, and see the coding. So I'm simply open my VS Code for coding. Now in that I want to do the coding, do the implementation of the interface. How actually we are able to implement the interface. For that I'm just comes here and create the new file for showing the coding. So I'm write file name practice.java and just created. Now let's see, this is very good for VS Code providers for coding point of view, because we know that in Java the class name and the file name is same. So automatically it creates the class name as the same, means practice is a class name and file is the our Java file name. Okay, so this is a class. I am creating some simple method, public static void main method. Okay, this is the okay. Now I am created the I want to create an interface. What I have to do, I just, this is a keyword I and interface. So this is a simple keyword that is used for creating the interface. So my interface name is like I1, and this interface contains only 2 method declaration. Okay, so write like public void return type of method, and then function 1, then second method public void fun2 method, and simple. This is the interface, means just writing the interface keyword, and then writing in interface name, then what is the method. This method are by default, if I'm not writing the public keyword, so by default this method are public. Okay, what I'm saying, because interface contain the method that is by default public and abstract, and same time we are not writing the abstract keyword as well as the public keyword, so by default it becomes. Now I'm created the class which implement the interface I1, simple, not a public class, class A, There is a keyword implements that provided by the Java for implementing the interface. So I1 is interface. I'm just created. Now see, there is a error are provided by the VS Code. What error? This error says the type A must be implement the inherited abstract method I1.fun2 and I1.fun1. Okay, I'm telling you, if any class that implement the interface, so that class responsibility to implement all the methods that are contained by the interface. So I just want to implement that. So I write public void return type, then fun1 fun method name, then writing some line of code and just writing fun1 method. Okay, yeah, or we write that here like I am fun1 method. Same I want to copy paste. This is the fun2 method, means fun2 method, and with my message here I am fun2 method. So let's see, this is the interface. Okay, and this is the method which is class A method which implement the I1 interface, and I1 interface implement all the method that are present into the I1 interface. Now for using that I have to create the object of a class A. Object is equal to, let's see, yeah, object new object A, and simply object dot fun1 method I am calling, then fun2 method I am calling. Okay, and save the program, then run. Then let's see the what is the output, extracted output or not. Yes, output is completely right. I am fun1 method and I am fun2 method. So this is the simple example of an interface, how we are able to create the interface, how we are able to implement the interface. Now I'm talking about the very best example, very best thing, that is the what is the actually meaning of multiple inheritance that are not provided into the Java for classes, but interface are used. We are able to implement the multiple inheritance into the concept of interface. Okay, so I am just right, I want to delete all these things, means this method will contain. Now I want to create a exam, means interface I1, and this method contain one method only, this interface only one method contained, void fun1 f1 method only. Okay, again I want to create interface I2, not this bracket, and void f2 method, and now I am creating interface I3. Okay, and method name f3. Now this is last, which extends all above method interfaces. Okay, so I am creating just interface I4 and writing extend keywords, which is used for extending the classes during the inheritance part. But we are also able to use here because I want to inherit all the methods that are present into the different interface. So I want to not only extend only one, I want to extend all of them. So I1, I2, and then I3. Okay, so I just want to do that. So we are creating the interface I4 which extend all of them. I1, I2, I3 are extended. So I am writing void f4 method. Now any classes that implement the I4 interface, what I am writing interface, so that class uh, implements all the methods that are contained by all of them, all above interfaces, or not all above, means all super interfaces methods. Okay, so let's see, I'm creating a class like same class, means class name is exam. Let's exam is the class name, and then I want to implement I4. Okay, I4 I want to implement. So if I'm just implementing right here, like I want to do that, not writing there. So I want to implement the method that are present to the i4 means f4 method, public void and f4, and writing line f code, and I am f4. Okay, now if I just implement the f4 method, just which is present into the i4 interface, this gives error because please read this error. The type exam must implement the inherited abstract method i3, i2.f2, i1.f1, i3.f3. Means all the method are inherited by the i4 interface that are present into the above interface. Means i1, i2, i3 becomes the parents interface of i4 interface. So I have to do for all of them. So I have just copy paste and 4 times for I f1 f2 different means I f3 and then f2 then f1, and here just like write f3 f2 and then yeah, it's done. So let's see, this is the interface i1 i2 i3 and then i1 i4, extend all of them. Now I'm creating the just a exam class and that implement i4 interface. So so exam class responsibility to implement all the methods that are present into the i4 interface as well as its parents interface that are inherited by the i4 interface. Now here what is error, exam is already, so I have to just delete this one, class A, so error is gone. Now I'm writing, if it's actually so ki exam class is already exist, so what I have to do, I have to just change the name of that. This example I am creating class A, this is the name of class A. Okay, so what I have to do, I just want to create the object of A class. No, this way, class A. Okay, it still gives error us. Why it's error? No, not error. So what is this? Practice dot main string. Insert organic versus option problem here. What is that? So I am, looks like I am doing all of them. Why it gives error me? Implement class A I4 I3. Return type public F4 F3 F2 F1. I am implementing all of them. Why it is error? Let's see. I am just calling the method F4 F1 calling, then object dot F2 calling, then object dot f3 I want to call, then object dot f4 I want to call. Now save the program and let's, now errors are gone. Okay, so this is not any error. Now I want to just run this code. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm just creating the class of A, that is which is implement the i4 method, i4 interface, and by using the object of class A, I'm calling all the method that are present to the different interfaces. Now let's run the program. Means I'm creating the object of class A, then calling the method f1, then f2, then f3, then f4, all method I'm calling by using the object of A class. Why A class? Because A class implement the i4 interface. Okay, so let's run the program and see what is the output of that. I'm just running it and let's see the output. Yes, output is, if I'm taking this above, then you are able to see what is actually output. So you will see here, first message I am f1, I am f2, I am f3, I am f4. So output is completely expected as well as the right means right output. Why in this sequence? Because I am just calling f1 first, then second, then third, then fourth. So output same in the sequence are comes f1, f2, f3, f4. So this is all information about the interface. If you have again any doubt about interface or how we are able to implement, so please comment. If any doubt in your coding or a theory point of view, so please comment. I'm damn sure I'm telling you the exact answer or response for your problem or your doubt. So thank you for watching this video.